All right, how's everybody doing out there today? I'm Valencia, and this is my game den. Welcome on in, denizens. All right, today this is going to be my first key mailer stream here. I've actually gotten a handful of games from them now. Just found this site not too long ago. The link's up in the pinned chat there. So for any other streamers out there that are looking for new games, especially if you're growing, they have quite a few, I guess you can call them more indie type games there that you can, oh, and there's Nova. She's already jumping in on the stream there for us. So say howdy to Nova while she's blocking the view there. Let me see if I can, there you go. That's Nova. That's the one that just popped in. So, yep, she's a frequent visitor to the streams. So, we will be seeing plenty of her. Let's see. So, let me go ahead and show you the preview of this game here over on the Steam. Go, and let me just go ahead and play that. There's only a background music for it, so there's no dialogue, so I'll just go ahead and play and enjoy. So this is the game we'll be playing. Looks like you can name your market, you can move the shelves around. Of course, you got a computer to do all your ordering and whatnot. I've played just a tiny bit of this game just to kind of see what it's all about, and so I'm just not going in completely blind on this one. Typically I like to do that on my normal streams where I'm doing my backlog, so that way it's all fresh and I'm seeing it for just about the first time you guys are. But this one here, I've actually decided to go ahead and get in there. Oh, that's kind of blurry on the video. Wow. But yeah, this is, I doubt we're going to be getting this far with the game unless we really get moving here, but I'm looking to play at least hopefully a few hours of this game just to see what it's all about. So it looks like people come in, they complain if they can't find what they're looking for. Looks like you got stocking shelves that you can pull from, so very much like a real market and everything. I believe you can set prices on the different items, so they give you like a market value that you can pretty much set it at, and from what I understand, it's usually best to set it just below the market value. That way people are happy with the prices and keep coming back for more. I actually did used to work at a grocery store. That's why I'm wearing this fancy little apron here. Wow, it's been quite some time since I worked there. Probably a good 20 years now, actually. Actually, almost exactly 20 years ago that I stopped working there. So, but when I did, I worked there for about 11 years. It was my first real, I guess you can say, first real job out of high school and everything. And yeah, I enjoyed it. So yeah, so this is the apron. Give you a little preview. This is my old apron that I still have. So still got my old pin from the place. Got my old box cutters here. So I'll be working in character, and she just goes and, like, fortunately, I believe you were able to see that before she blocked the screen there. So she's quite active right now. She's running around playing with one of her brothers there. They like to chase each other around. And then she likes to hop in my way when he's a little too much for her. He's kind of bigger than her, so she gets a little scared sometimes and comes running to her daddy, and now she's chomping on my hand there. Yeah, okay, there we go. Let's not do that. My hands are valuable. Right. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let me close this up over here real quick. Okay. So let me go ahead and get this game rolling so we can see what it's really about. Clicking all the right things here. There we go. So no more updates. They've been actually updating this fairly frequently. It is an indie. Once again, it is an indie game. It did look fairly low on the requirements and everything else as far as the store page goes and stuff like that. Let me just give you a brief description of what they actually say too on the page. It's build, manage, and dominate the retail world from a humble shop to a thriving supermarket empire in Market Simulator. I'm not sure what they mean by empire, since it looks like you can only control one store. But, you know, usually empire means you have multiple stores, but this is just the one. For right now, it's, as of this date, May 23rd, 2025, the price for it's $4.99 over there on Steam, and they just updated it about 6 days ago. So they do update it somewhat frequently from what I've noticed. Since I've gotten it, it already updated a few times. I've just been kind of waiting to stream this. My health has just kind of been up and down. I've been trying to take care of some issues. Back acted up on me, so I really didn't feel like streaming once that happened. But back's feeling better today. Don't really have much of a headache today. So I've been kind of low energy on some of these streams that you've seen me. Usually I'm a little bit more engaged, I guess you can say. But yeah, but health has been kind of funky lately as I'm getting used to different medications and taking antibiotics for my ear and all that kind of fun stuff. And it's just been kind of draining me overall. So, you know, life's fun when you're almost 50. And which reminds me, I will be having a birthday / 2-month affiliate anniversary stream I'm probably going to have it June 19th, but on Juneteenth and whatever you want to call it. But not set on that date yet, but most likely, since that is my official affiliate 2 months. So that's just a sign. I'll be posting more on that soon. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this game started here. Okay, let me make sure that pops up nicely. Yep, there we go. All nice and pretty. Let me turn down the music just a little bit for the stream, so it's not drowning me out too much there. It's not that exciting music, and it's fairly repetitive. And I do not want the door ring, because that has already gotten quite annoying. One of those things. I'm obviously autistic, as you can see in my about and everything like that, and certain sounds, especially repeated sounds, can get quite annoying for me after a while. So I'm definitely turning that off. So let's go ahead and start a new game. So here we are, day one. Time's already ticking. It ticks pretty quick in this game. We can actually rename our store. So let's go ahead and do that to the Quick V Market equivalency, of course. All right, make sure I got that entered properly. So it looks like mission number 1, we need to perform a checkout, and that's our little trash can. So cool. That's how we get in our store. It looks like we start with one shelf over here, one check stand, and looks like that's the button for the lights, and here's our computer on standby. So let's go ahead and see what we can order. But first, I'll just kind of show you around. When we get bills, it'll pop up into here. We can get a little loan. We can also get expansions for what we can sell in the store. So we start off with these 4 items here. We can expand to all these eventually. So we get up to license F. So we can actually have quite a few items here. What's that? 6 times 4, so back up to 24 different items so far that's available in the game. Again, they are constantly updating this game, so there might wind up being more than that. We'll find out. You can expand your store quite a bit from what I can see here. The first one's fairly small. You can basically adding more room to the store and customer capacity. We can unlock finally a warehouse, but to basically store everything in. But yeah, it looks like we can expand quite a bit, even getting a second floor and everything else. So we can also hire employees. There's a cashier that we can hire. They handle customer transactions, process payments at the checkout here. There's a janitor that cleans up spills, keeps the store tidy. I'm not sure. The little I played it, I didn't notice any kind of spills whatsoever, so that's interesting. I'm not sure how useful that'll be, maybe for discarded boxes, but then again, that's what the trash can out front's for. So anyways, there's a sorter, there's a stocker, and I'm really not sure what the difference is besides the salary. I mean, one says it restocks and organizes products on the shelves. The one loads shelves and manages product placement. So to me, restocks and loading shelves is, having worked at a store, that's pretty much is the same thing. And then organizing products on shelves and managing product placement is also pretty much about the same thing. So that's why I'm not really too sure. I'm assuming maybe the sorter takes the deliveries and puts them on the storage shelves, and this one is actually the ones that takes it from the storage shelves and puts it on the actual store shelves to be sold. That's all I can figure then. There's Nova again, so we'll be seeing a lot of her, I'm assuming, this stream. Okay, so we'll go ahead and close that, and let's go ahead here, and this is where this is probably what we'll be looking at the most here as far as the computer stuff goes. The first 4 products is we got some cereals, some flour, some spaghetti noodles, and vegetable oil. So we can buy more shelving units, a fridge. I'm not sure why we need another trash can for, but there it is. There's a freezer, there's fruit racks for when we finally get to fruit. Larger shelving units. There's a larger fridge, there's a houseplant, and a storage rack that we can eventually buy to keep more items on. So, and then that's where we, that's our cart, of course. So let's go ahead. I believe, let me hit that. I believe, yeah, we have a spot for 4 different things. Let's just go ahead and buy a case of each. Cool. All right. So got that. Go ahead and check that out. Yeah, it's going to take a good chunk of our funds just right there. So only start out with 900, so not exactly a huge nest egg to start with here. And the deliveries do start out in front. They just kind of slap them on the sidewalk here, so there's no loading dock, which is what I'm actually used to. But let's go ahead, let's see, open it with the Q button and just basically push the button to stock the shelves. And then you can toss that in the trash because there's apparently no recycling around here. Let's go ahead and slap the noodles up there. Toss that away. Got some flour now. Load that up. Okay, and we got the cereal. Cool. So now we got our product on the shelves. Let's go ahead and actually, I didn't even fill it all the way up with that one. That's kind of weird. Okay, how do we? Oh, see. C to set price. So the market price is $6.87, so I'm gonna go up to $6.86. So that's how I roll. All right, so let's fine tune it. There we go. Confirm. So we'll be making a little bit on that one. Let's go set the price for the flour. Also same kind of thing. $27.89 because of course. Penny under market value, so they really can't complain too much if it's, as far as I'm concerned, if it's already below market value. Actually, I already don't need to do that one. Let's see, get this one, 1933. Cool, and one final one for the oil here. I'll set that for 1130. That way we're making about as good of a profit as we can without people complaining. Okay, it looks like 10 o'clock is when the day ends, which the store I was used to working at ended at 11, and that's usually when I got off my shift, was right about 11 o'clock. My standard shift used to be 2 to 11. That was real fun. So the closing shift. Sometimes it'd even be 3 to midnight, which is even worse somehow. Okay, so we've already stocked everything, so I think we're going to go ahead and skip to the next day. And just like that, we're still in the same spot because we obviously slept on our feet for 10 hours. And here we are. So let's go ahead and open the store up. And customers should be lining up. Let's see if we can just end it all right now. Nope. Okay, they just drive right on through us. Okay, Popo. Nope, even the Popo runs us down. All right. Cool. I guess we'll just wait for any customers to file in here. Yeah. Oh, nope. Did I ever open it? Yeah, it does say open. Okay. So we got our first guy here. First customer. First customer, everybody. Okay. See if I can remember how to check somebody out. Okay, received a 50. Okay, see that's one thing that's kind of unusual. The fact that they do have $50 bills and 50-cent pieces in the game. I'm very used to just getting tossed a ton of 20s because that's actually fairly common currency here in the U.S. So you know. Yep, there we go. Oh, looks like we just completed our first mission. So now we have to perform 10 checkouts. Oh, that sounded beeping. All right, that's a familiar sound. See, yet again, everyone has $50 bills. Usually be giving change for 40 or something to that effect. Like I said, the use of 50s is pretty rare in the U.S. But hey, it's a game, right? Wow, I don't know why it made that crazy sound, but okay. So I will be doing... Oop. Okay, so you just go back to take the last thing you gave him. So yeah, we'll be doing change using 20s and belows and quarters and belows because that's, again, what I'm used to. Probably throw me off if I try to use the 50 too much. I lose count quite easily. Okay. All right, so $3.81. Yep, and the whole change thing is coming back pretty easily right now. Let's see, what are we looking at over here? Whoa, what the? Got a wizard here? That's a little unusual, but okay. Each their own, I guess. I've seen some pretty unusual looking customers back in my day, so I guess everyone needs to shop and everyone needs to eat. So, yeehaw. Alright. Wonder if we should start getting some backup boxes here. So it looks like the noodles, oil and cereal. Oh, this guy just got some flour. Yeah, I like this guy's hair. It's very nice. I like that look. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Yep, using another $50 bill, of course. Which again, it's just kind of weird. I would adjust that to 40 if I was the developer and try to do things in multiples of 20 and then go from there. 'Cause that's how most people pay around these parts. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the... Oh, am I going up in level? I just realized there's a level thing up there. So, okay, so we're level 3 now. That's what's happening. That's why every now and then you hear the little chime go. Okay, so it looks like we just get to chill here, wait for him to come by. We'll probably order everything at the, oh. There we go. That's what I'm used to. Good old, credit cards, too. That's the other thing that, people actually use a lot more of than just cash. So actually, if they flipped, the ratio of cash to card, it'd actually be probably a little bit more accurate, especially nowadays. Everyone uses their card, or even their phone nowadays, to do what they do. And there we go. But we'll try not to get too nitpicky. So yeah, so the game is fairly basic here. Got Mr. Construction Guy here coming on in. So yeah, so it's a fairly basic game so far. All the graphics again are pretty low poly, low detail. Oh, we got Farmer Bob over here now. Okay. Yeah, and just kind of how they that brickwork on the graphics there is a little odd how they did that. Again, I'm not sure how many people actually worked on this game, so I guess obviously the fewer people that work on a game, the more you have to cut corners like that as far as graphics go. Oh, looks like we just completed a quest. So collect revenue of $5. Okay. He's one good sell. We should have that. Okay, 38.66. Yep, I like the credit card usage. And the beeps are fairly close to what I'm used to. Oh, yep, we already got that one. So perform checkout 50. Wow, they really jumped that one up. Okay, so that's not skipped to the next day yet. Let's go ahead and restock our shelves here. Oh, pardon me. Get a drink real quick here, if you don't mind. But yeah, I'm gonna try to play this a few hours. We'll see if I can go that long with this game. So let's see. So I'll just grab a box of everything. Why not? Have some stuff in stock here. Market 1, 2. Cool. And let's see if we can find a storage rack. May as well get that as well. Check that out. Close. Exit out of that. Okay. Cereal. Close that. And, I guess we'll just toss that over there for now. Grab that. Close it up, and also just toss it on over. Wow. Okay. There's okay, there's our storage shelf. Rotate. Yeah, we'll put that over here. Wow. Okay. In the corner. Actually, let me put it this way. There we go. Oh, I just noticed the time is still a ticking. So, okay, so you can just click the mouse to toss it back up there. Okay, cool, good to know. Okay, there's the oil and the flour. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. They show you how many of each that there are still. Cool. All right. And let me just check one thing before we call it a day. As far as licensing goes. All right. So to get Next level, license B, will be $1,000, so we'll need at least $1,000 at the end of the day, if not more, to buy the product itself as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and end the day and go to day 3. Oh, looks like we might have a bill. Assuming that's what that is, if I remember in my short playthrough. So it looks like we got rent we need to pay, electricity. Looks like the daily rent is 20. Okay, so pay all bills. There we go. So we also have to take that into consideration as we're playing. All right. Okay, we got a guy. It looks like he's either homeless or about to go hiking. It's kind of. I mean, he has money, but doesn't mean anything. Okay. Oh, man, we just got a level. Kind of curious. Do you have to be a certain level to get the license? Oh, wrong tab there. Okay, so level 3. So we're already at the we've already passed the level that we need to be for that. Looks like they're all fairly low levels. Should be able to get to all levels fairly easily before we even need any of that stuff. Okay. Oh, she's just waiting here, which without complaining, which is very unusual for a grocery store. People love to complain. Do you got any more checkers? I don't know how many times I heard that. And most of the time it was a no, because they like to short staff. That's how the retail world works. Okay, so wow, she looks like she's some kind of superhero or something with that outfit on. Okay. Maybe go into a cosplay convention or something. Or maybe she's a streamer. Could be a streamer. Have that little blue streak in the hair and everything. Got another. Oh, there's the wizard again. Yeah, definitely interesting costume choices, you can say, for this game. I do like the kind of the simplicity of their look. That's, you know, it's sometimes high details. I can kind of take it or leave it. I'm old school. I mean, I'm used to graphics where it's just a bunch of blocks and that's a person. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, a little punk rocker chick here or something. Nice. I like. Oh, she was got a little smile on her face. Little smile or something. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll kind of keep the shelves stocked as we go here. Well, I'll be right there, ma'am. Oh, yep, level 5. There we go. 8641. There we go. Let's see what else we can stock. May as well. Yep. Oh man, no more cereal. Okay, so we took all the cereal. Okay. So 52, and doesn't look like there was any delivery fees for getting the products in, so no harm, no foul, just ordering as the day goes. Oh, there's our box. I don't believe anyone can take it while it's out there, but you never know, so. Cool. Perfect change. We'll take it. All right. Yeah, may as well just keep stocking the shelves. That way, manager doesn't get upset with there's no manager. I am the manager. Wahaha. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yep, and this is what I used to do all day. Stuff is usually running from the milk box to the front of the store to check when everything's got a little crazy. I was typically stocking shelves during my shift if I wasn't checking people out. So either I'd be doing milk box, stocking that during the day. That was one of the more common things that we'd work. Basically, that's pretty much things like obviously the milk, juices, yogurts, things like that. You'd have to kind of stock that throughout the day because it moves so quickly. Other things I used to stock was during the day was like soda as well. That's another thing. Commonly stocked throughout the day at a grocery store. But I did spend several years actually in the produce department as well. That's where I learned about all kinds of different fruits, veggies, whether I wanted to or not. People love to come in and talk about all their things that they're buying and what they're going to do with them, what they're going to cook for some reason. They like to chit-chat with me. I guess because I was a friendly face. Yeah, anyways. But yeah, you had to always be friendly with the customers, so. And being over in produce, you're kind of an open target for the chit-chatters. So, whether I liked it or not sometimes, especially being, not that I knew at the time, but being autistic, it was always uncomfortable, but I kind of had to go through with it and mask up and put on a happy face and deal with people. Now I know why I was so reserved when it comes to all that. Oh well, I think I just... The heck was that? Some kind of police SWAT guy? What? Okay. No, usually once people are in the store, trust me, they will not leave until they have their product. They will not leave. Sometimes people will beg to still come in the store even once you're closed. That was always fun, telling them no. It actually was fun. One of the few pleasures I was able to take out of working at a grocery store. Okay, so noodles and flour. We should order... there we go. May as well stock up. Most actual real stocking goes on at night. There are no customers in the store. That way there's less chance for someone to trip over something and get sued by you. Or by them. So, okay. I think we'll go to the next day. We don't quite have the funds yet to do any of the other improvements as far as licenses or other products go. So it looks like this is going to be our main 4 things that we get to sell for a while. Hopefully that'll change somewhat soon. Start getting some real customers going on here. Yep. Yeah, one of my favorite things to do, especially once I messed up on the intercom, was to make closing announcements and things like that. Actually, it was quite crazy with how I would announce it. I also had fun calling people up to check, things like that. I always use crazy voices and everything. Kind of help mask the fear of getting on the intercom and hear my voice there. Just to kind of make another voice. That's how I developed my radio voice. I would sit there and talk on the intercom just like this, all crazy like, John, can you check please? John, can you check please? That kind of stuff. Just making up the name John, of course. Let's see. Whoop. Then, also like doing the store is now closed. Bring all final purchases to the front of the store, please, at your earliest convenience. Thank you, and have a good night. That was one of my closing announcements. I'd get kind of silly with it. Sometimes I'd almost get the boxing ring announcer voice kind of going on there like that. So I had variants. Sometimes I get kind of a cowboy voice going on the intercom, and everybody like, "Who the heck is that?" So yeah, I'd always trip my managers out by doing all that kind of stuff. They'd also get upset with how long my hair got as well. We had quite strict dress codes at the time, because that was before everyone did what they apparently want nowadays. Things have major relaxed in the last 20 years since I stopped working there. Before, you had to have basically a dress shirt, like a white button-up dress shirt. Black pants was the requirement. We actually had to wear a tie with our outfit. And the only thing they provided was the tie and apron. The dress shirt and the pants and everything else. And oh yeah, and nice black shoes too. All that we had to actually buy ourselves. No discounts, no anything as far as getting any of that back. So that was just straight out of our pocket, which was almost unheard of nowadays, from what I understand from hearing people talk and everything. And they acted like they were doing us a favor by giving us our apron and tie to wear. And guys had the nice straight ties. The girls had this big bow fluffy thing, unless they were able to get a man's tie some way, shape, or form. But they usually didn't give those out willingly to the females at the time, which shows you kind of how the gender thing is relaxed as well nowadays. But yeah, one of the things, it was pretty constant them complaining about my hair. I was kind of a rebel at the grocery store when I was there. Kind of credit myself a little bit to how things changed afterwards, because it's only a handful of years later after I leave in the store that I started seeing other people, and yeah, the dress code really started relaxing as far as the hair requirements go and everything. But yeah, I was pretty much like, keep your hair off your collar kind of thing. And I was like, oh no, I can't do that. That wasn't like put it in a ponytail. No, it was just cut your damn hair is usually what I heard. Some were more friendly about it. Other ones were a little bit less friendly as far as supervisors and managers go. I think that's why I always got on the late shift, because that way supervisors wouldn't see me as much, and the managers didn't have to see me or deal with me either. So, but that was fine. Late shifts were always a little bit more relaxing, without having the pressure of a supervisor suddenly appearing in the store. But yeah, I wound up working there about 11, almost 12 years, something like that. But it definitely helped me learn how to deal with people a little bit more. I guess you can say I was a shy guy, but again, a lot of that was later on finding out it was autism. So go figure on that one. If I'd known at the time, I might have been able to handle a little bit differently, knowing what I know now. But I did learn to mask pretty good around the customers and even my coworkers and stuff. But I actually did have fun working at the grocery store for that time period. Worst part about it was how much it was wrecking my back, which already had problems. That was really why I had to leave. In the end, kind of have a few, I guess you can say, one of those genetic type things where I just kind of born with a bad back. My neck first went out when I was 6 years old, a little before turning 7. Playing in my backyard, and next thing you know, just playing with friends and stuff like that. Wow, I let these stores really run down. And basically, not sure what I did exactly, but all of a sudden my neck locked up, and I really couldn't move my head without extreme pain. Quite frightening as a 6-year-old, I must say. I was really kind of freaked out by it all. But went to the ER, checked me out. I think they just gave me some pain meds and told me to go to a chiropractor, which was actually somewhat unusual at the time. That's not really something that was very common back then. So yeah, so I've been going to a chiropractor on and off since I was just a kid, just 6 years old. So it's been fun. And that's why I'm actually don't have a real job nowadays, is because basically my back and neck pretty much have given out as far as all that goes. Unfortunately, I wasn't able, even though I applied for disability and whatnot, I was actually denied, so it's been kind of rough. So here I am streaming because it's one of the few things I can do. Actually, like I was saying, that's why I didn't work the last couple of days, or stream last couple of days, because my neck and back were kind of whacked out for a while there. But I'm back. Okay, so slowly building up a little bit of money. Probably buy the new license and product probably after another day here in the game. But yeah, you'll notice I'll be stretching a little bit more today. Simply for being a little uncomfortable, still a little tight. Upper back just kind of did a bunch of yard work earlier in the week, and I think that's kind of what set it off. That and the temperature change, going from colder to actually kind of hot weather. That's like way too quick, and whenever that happens, ooh-wee, my back and neck do not like it. Okay, you're just gonna, okay, all right, Nova. You're just having way too much fun there. Is there a little booty peeking into the webcam view there? But yeah, this is what I would do all day, and yeehaw. So that's why I actually like to stock the shelves, because you get to move around a little bit more. But unfortunately, I think that was the part that really kind of got to me. Hey, hi. Hey, wifey. Lurky Lunchy. Appreciate you out there. So, yep. So we'll just keep these shelves stocked. Get some cereal. What else? A little flour. Yeah, just keep doing a little bit of everything here. Yeah, and if you type the exclamation mark lurk, you can actually type stuff after that to have a little message up here. So you can do it all in one line. So if you would have switched that, your first comment around there, like exclamation mark lurk, then lurky, lunchy with your little emoji, that would have actually worked in one line. Fun Twitch stuff, you know. It just saves you having to type it over again. Okay. I'm just kind of curious about something. Can we? Nope, just goes right through them. Okay, just curious. Someone just had to test it. This is for science. Okay. So yeah, I'll actually have, again, this is my first, oh, I hoop. Right. All good. You don't know until you know. But yeah, this is my first Key Miller game of several that I plan to do, as well as tackling my backlog. That's been my major goal, but I figure, hey, why not? Let's get in on some of this Key Miller stuff and if you know, you know. Yep. Exactly. Too much like that, the cake thing that we're looking up. It's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, oh wait, no, that's that's different. So we're old and we weren't quite sure where that came from. So me and the wifey had to look up the KEKW terminology for those wondering what the heck I'm going on about right now. Okay, so oh wow, okay, type it in that way this time. There we go. So you can actually use the for the credit card machine, you can actually use the either the number pad or just click it in with the mouse. So just to give a heads up. But yeah, so this is the game so far, and this is, I'll probably try to hire a clerk as soon as I can, just because this is, don't know why I'm doing it this way, but I'm doing it. But yeah, I'll probably hire a clerk as soon as I can, just to see how that all works and stuff like that. But first, we'll let's see, cereal and flour. We'll probably expand what we actually offer first. Cereal and flour. Cool. So yeah, so I'm just going to try to keep the shelves stocked as much as possible. Our lovely one stand shelf system. So hopefully it'll start picking up the pace here pretty soon. This is kind of a slow start as far as games like this go. Again, I do have other Key Miller games that I'll be playing soon. day. Yeah, because it's probably going to be at least another day or two before we can do any real upgrades to what we're doing here. Let's see, bills. Oh, well, okay, so 3 days worth of bills. Sure. I didn't think I'd been ignoring them, but maybe I have. Okay, so 22. Oops, there we go. Don't want to give too much change back. We need every penny we can get to upgrade. And I imagine we'll get busier once we start having more products. So that's what I'm assuming is going to happen. So right now it's pretty slow rolling here. Yeah, a lot of repetition on the character models too. They look like they only have a handful. There's the punker chick with the big old boots again. There we go. Oops. Okay, and we'll probably go to ads in probably about another 5 minutes or so, just to keep those pre-rolls off for any newcomers coming into the stream, so I don't get immediately bombarded by ads. Like people to get a little taste of what the stream's all about before ads get to them. It's one of my I guess little pet peeves when I've been checking out other channels and you immediately get hit with an ad, especially when you're coming in with a raid and all of a sudden there's just ads popping up, the pre-roll ads. You kind of miss out on all the initial raid stuff, which to me isn't the best way to do things as far as channels go. So if you're a newer streamer, and I'm a little bit off kilter there thanks to the cat. So if you are a new streamer out there and you're just made affiliate and can start playing with your ads, I do recommend that you try to keep those pre-rolls off as much as possible. So run as many ads as you need just to keep that off. Either do it every half or preferably every hour, I would say. That's what a lot of different things like on Reddit and stuff, a lot of people recommend doing basically the 3-minute ad every hour or so, just to keep to give you a break to let viewers not immediately get bombarded. And if you need to hit that snooze button, which do have a 24-hour cooldown, by the way, it just kind of keeps people hopefully watching your channel instead of immediately clicking out once they see an ad. Because I know I've done that on a few raids just because I didn't want to deal with waiting a minute and a half or a minute or however long some of these pre-rolls go. So if you do get a raid right before your 3-minute ad goes off, you probably want to snooze that. Because they will go off, I think, every hour and a half regardless if you set them or not. So I do recommend good ad management. Little quirks of the trade here. Trying to help out any new streamers out there if I can. I know things can get a bit much. But yeah, this game's kind of dry. I mean, it is a key mailer game, and you know, I take what I can get right now when it comes to all that. I'm hoping to at least build up my reputation on there a little bit and start getting some better games. I know some of my other ones are a little bit better than this, but the time deadline was creeping up on me pretty quick. So I fear I knock this one out before they yelled at me for not doing it. But yeah, of all the games that I've tried so far off of Keymailers, this probably is one of the lower quality ones, unfortunately. I can imagine some people might be alright with a game like this. I mean, it is only a $5 game. I'd probably wait for it to go on sale or something, but get down a discount at the very least. I don't know if I'd pay $5 for this at the current state of the game. Just to give everyone a heads up. But I'll probably be playing yet another Keymailer game soon too. I bought a handful of different market type games. One with a lot more product, better inventory management. I'll be playing that one probably fairly soon. There's another one where it's actually you run like a fantasy shop. Yeah, legit scanning sound, exactly. That's what I'm kind of tripping on the most as I'm doing this. I'm like, oh man, I'm getting some flashbacks. Again, one of the more unrealistic parts is having $50 bills constantly thrown at you. That's not exactly not sure where the people who made this game are from. But that's typically not too common of a thing to have around here in the U.S. Maybe in some countries it's more common, but not around these parts. Okay, is this King Graham here or something? I'm not sure who this guy's supposed to be. For those of you who don't know who King Graham is, first off, shame on you. And furthermore, it's from the King's Quest series, so old Sierra. I guess some of them were point and click games, other ones you actually had to type in the text. Oh well, they just, wow, that was a quick into that day. Okay. Love how the customers just walk out. Again, not realistic, guy. You know you would have fought for to buy your groceries. Okay, anyways. Let me get some noodles. Alright, get that. And then we might see if we can afford getting those new products in. Might just have to throw them on the ground when we get them, but you know, hey, why not? Okay, depends how expensive they are. Let's see, manage, license. Yeah, they should actually probably lower this down for the first one, just to get you moving a little quicker. So since it only requires level 3 and I'm already level 13 by the time I'm able to kind of afford it, that's kind of That's kind of weird. Okay, so we got that now. Let's see what we can buy. So now we can get sugar, get some water, some bread, and some. Looks like oh, dairy craft. They're playing with fire. There, some craft cheese, some cheddar. All right. Interesting. Let's see if we can get all of those things now. Oh, we're gonna need a new shelf too. I didn't even think about that factor. Let's do that. And that actually needs a fridge, so it will just be actually these products. Let's see what that adds up to. And just out of our range. Let's go ahead and get rid of the sugar for now. Yeah, let's get rid of the sugar for now. There we go. That we have a little bit of cash left. Oh, wow. I love how it just falls out the sky. I'm assuming these are being delivered by the Amazon drone. Business Daddy's drones that they're testing here. I call it Business Daddy because, you know, obviously the guy that owns Amazon owns Twitch, so. Okay. Did you get any customers yet? Buying a pack of gum and looking to cash their paycheck, right? But Mama needs some sugar. Yeah, I know. Mom will get her sugar soon enough. Don't worry. But yeah, no one buying a pack of gum looking to cash your paycheck. But oh my goodness, that used to be a thing. All right, so yeah, I think we're good for today. Let's go ahead and get to the next day. And yeah, I love how it just jumps straight to the next morning. Kind of throws me off a little bit there. Okay, and you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, because ads are gonna roll in about another little bit here. Anyways, I kind of went past the time I said I was going to. So let me go ahead and roll the ads, and I will be back in a few minutes. So stay tuned. Register service on 1, please. Register service on 1, please. Oh, ooh, look, we got 2 customers at once here finally. Things are picking up. All right. Yep, and just like a real store, they all come at the same time. And again, unrealistic with their $50 bills. There we go. Take your cash. All right. Yep, and we finished our next mission, so let's go ahead and collect that. Cool. All right. Let's see if there's any bills we need to pay here. Yep, pay that bill. Cool. All right. Then we'll worry about getting the other stuff in just a little bit here. Do you have any more checkers available? Is that, yeah, that's what I was going on about earlier. Yeah, it's just one person, one other person waiting in line. Do you have any more checkers? It's like, oh my goodness. I don't know how many times I heard that one. It's like, nope, this is it, people. Otherwise, we'd be calling them. We don't want you in the store either. What's all the wizards in this? Is there a Harry Potter convention going on or something? Or... we got this little, again, a little get up here. I'm not quite sure what these people are wearing. Exactly. Okay. Then we got this guy. Oh, just went up yet another level for whatever good that does us in the game so far. Again, levels happen a lot quicker than you actually need them to increase where you to upgrade the store or anything. I think I only needed to be like level 5 or something by now with what I got going on. Okay. So if you want to practice how it feels to be a checker, this is a pretty good game. Because this is what you do most of the day, is scan a few items, quite a few items, and then, yeah, take their payment and figure it all out. So, yeah, if they use a lot more credit cards, this would be a lot more accurate, too. People love their credit cards. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and stock things up a bit. That way we can see exactly what we're gonna need. Alright. Let's get these people out of here. I like doing the credit card thing much better in the game too. Much quicker. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some more product. Let those people wait a little bit, just like in real life. Okay, now we're gonna get some sugar. Okay, and we'll grab one of each of those. Alright. There we go. Wow. They really like their bread and cheddar. Okay. I get leveled up yet again for some reason. Yeah, the leveling system in this game is a little extra. They were a little calmer about it. Either that or increase your income with how many products you can buy at once. It would probably actually be a little better. Maybe something to auto order, like the products you need when the shelves are running to get to a certain amount, something like that. But okay, let's go grab some product. Get the store shelves stocked as much as we can, and you can wait, lady, just like in real life. And you know what? I don't know if I ever set the prices on some of these things. No wonder we're not running a profit. Hold up, 7. I skipped a step. There we go. Set the price for this. 644. Forgot to do that when I got all that stuff in. No wonder we're just breaking in with some of this. Oopsie. Someone got some discounts. All right. Okay. At least I wasn't losing money, so. Well, that's kind of like a store when they run a sale, you know? They really don't make a lot of money sometimes. And I still have a box waiting out there. Oops. I'm gonna check this person out and go grab that box. Okay, let's get some sugar on the shelf here. Something down here. Typically want to put sugar on the bottom shelf, so doesn't have far to fall because those things will bust, and oh my goodness, they are not fun to clean. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now profits should start rolling a little bit easier. That way we can get more upgrades soon, hopefully. No, do not want to skip to the next day. Let's get this store stocked up first. Cool. Okay, let's grab that. Oh, almost. Okay. Almost. Okay, so got all of that. I think the only other thing we need is a refrigeration for the water now. Let's see if we can buy that. There we go. Add that. Add that. There we go. Okay, wait for it to fall from the sky. Bam. All right. Where's the? Yeah, there's the front. Let's put it over. Wow. Put it there. That'll work. Not worry too much about organization just yet. Make sure we set the price this time. Alright, 3. Again, get it close to market value. Just a hair under. That way we make profit, but don't go too crazy. Okay, cool. Alright, let's see what else we're gonna need here. Let's get some cereal, flour, and the cheddar. Hopefully we got enough money for all this. Yep, just enough. Cool. We have it all in stock for when people come looking. Okay. Cereal seems to sell pretty quick around here, so let's just do a little extra of that one for now. Cool. That way we have a storage place for everything. I don't think we can put it up on the top here. No, unless we probably throw it. Nope, that didn't go very far. Let's try from here. Nope. Okay, just checking. Just seeing if we can put anything up on top, but apparently not. Okay, cool. Okay, so we got water. We got, yeah, looks like we have fairly stocked shelves there. If this was a real store, we'd face that better, but, you know, it's easier to see if the product's low right now. Cool. Okay, yeah, this game's a little, like I said, a little on the dry side, but fairly accurate as far as the checkout procedure goes. That was one thing they got actually pretty accurate, except for the use of the 50s and the quantity of credit card versus cash. I think when I first started checking mid-90s, there's a lot more cash used versus credit, but as I worked there, before I left in the mid-2000s, as time went on, more and more people use credit cards, I've noticed. One of those patterns that I noticed. 4 cents. Yeah, so there's no checks either that people aren't going to see. People used to write a lot more checks, but that's probably not really a thing anymore nowadays either. So that part's actually pretty accurate, not having that involved. I don't think I'd want to deal with that in the game anyways. Wasn't fun dealing with it in real life, so why would it be fun in a game? Yeah. Okay, so a little over an hour into the game, and we're already level 16. We only got our first expansion. That part's kind of weird, especially since by level 16, I think they're showing that. Yeah, like, see, technically we should be able to get license F. That's level 12, so that's kind of bizarre. And as far as expansions go, yeah, we should be at least this one by now, but we can't even afford the first expansion yet. So I think their level system is a little bit off as far as all that goes. Yeah, where I'm at, a lot of stores are cashless. Yeah, see, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty much like credit card or ATM or get out. Yeah. Yeah, see, this is a lot more accurate right here. So that's the one thing I don't find quite as realistic as the types of payments and how often they're used. And like I said, again, the use of $50 bills and the 50-cent pieces just isn't, like, this was never part of our registers back when. I know it's been 20 years, but I don't think things have changed that much as far as this stuff goes. If anything, just a lot less cash, like the wife is saying over there. 7. And if you're wondering, the neurodivergent is my wife. This is my wife. I guess that's the proper way to say it. Yeah, so here we go. A little bit more credit card usage. That's more apropos. what are these guys supposed to be? Yeah, then the other thing is the way the back to work lurk. All right, appreciate you out there. So yeah, so I'm kind of refusing to use the 50s over there just because it'll throw me off if I do. Okay. But yeah, but otherwise, this game's, it's a little repetitious, but what games aren't? It comes down to it. I've definitely played worse games, but I've also definitely played better games, unfortunately. So I am kind of glad, personally, I didn't have to pay for this, to tell you the truth. Not sure if this would be one that I would be asking a refund or not for if I did buy it out of pocket. Because I don't know if it's scratching necessarily that itch that I want it to scratch. Not quite being able to upgrade the store as quickly as I want. I mean, it seems like things are picking up a little bit now that I have more product in the store. But still kind of slow going as far as income goes. Like I said, it does seem to be picking up a little bit. I'm not sure what the next... I'll have to see what the next requirement for upgrading anything is as far as product goes. Yeah, see, leveled up yet again, so I'm just gonna be like max level before I even have the handful of upgrades, it feels like. So maybe if their level system went a little slower, or just the progression was a little cheaper to increase the types of products in the store, which is actually probably be the better route. I think having to buy a license for different products is kind of a weird gatekeeping system. I think most of that should just be an expansion of the store, if anything. I'm not quite sure why they're gatekeeping grocery products. Let's go ahead and fill up the shelves a little bit. These guys can all wait. Yeah. Okay, we got enough of everything else that we have in stock. Let's go ahead and get these. Oops. Get these guys out of here since it's closing time. Yeah, the music is a little repetitious as well. But again, indie games, that's somewhat to be expected. Okay, let's go ahead and fill up these shelves. The inventory we have, and see what we're gonna need. Oh, I already filled that one. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna need everything except the cheddar and the flour. So that's gonna be a nice big order. Okay, no flour. Cool. Oh yeah, that was a big old chunk of change. Okay. Also kind of funny how, again, how it's just kind of delivered from the sky there. Looks like they're using drones to just drop it. Okay. I'll have to see how much the next license is to buy product. Okay. I'm not sure if it really matters if we keep that open or closed. Alright. So yeah, so I'll be trying to play this another hour and a half or so. I kind of wanted to put a few hours into this, but again, it is kind of a dry game. Let me make sure I set everything properly. Make sure I'm not shortchanging myself like I was. Okay, I did get that one right. Yeah, okay. Cool. Okay, let's see. I think the... Yeah, oh, that's why, because there's only 8 cereal boxes. That's why it goes pretty quick. Let's go ahead and get one more of those. Since the whole thing can go on the shelf already. There we go. Okay, so, 243, wow, okay. Let's see what this next expansion is going to require. Okay, so we already have all that fun stuff. 2,000 for the next one. Wow. Yikes. That's quite a leap. How much is it for a checker? I was just curious here. That way we can $100 a day. I could probably afford that, but yeah, we'll wait on that. But I might just get a checker, so that way I'm just doing the stocking part of the game. That might be a little easier to handle and whatnots. Okay, let's go ahead and pay the bills because they're yelling at us. Oh yeah. Yeah, 'cause there goes another 50. All right. But if I cut the stream a little short, I might just do that, because that's, yeah, this is getting to be a little silly. See how much of this I can take. Again, I think if I bought it on my own, not sure if I would be asking for a refund or not, sadly. Really wanted to like this game. You can see how some people would enjoy it. There's a little bit of, you know, if you only have $5 to spend, I mean, I guess this is the game. I'd play my own music in the background, personally. Because it seems like it's only one or two songs that seem to repeat fairly often, from what I can tell. But I'll try to stick it out and see how far I can go with all this. a pretty steady line of customers now. I might actually hire a checker just so I can keep things stocked. So they do, it is picking up a little bit. Oh, there's King Graham again. Yeah, some of these character models I'm not quite sure of why they were chosen. I don't know if they're just like a free asset type situation, or like I'm not sure if it's necessarily an asset flip. That'd be kind of unusual, but you just never know. Because yeah, there really only seems to be a handful of different characters that just repeatedly come in over and over and over again. Oops. I know having a checker would in the profits a little bit, $100 a day or whatever winds up being. Yep, got another level for whatever use that is right now. Well, at least I'll be able to unlock everything as soon as I get to it, because I'll be well over level for everything. But yeah, see how all this pans out. So I'll just play this as long as I can take it. Maybe complete another mission or two. We'll see how this goes. But it is a market simulator. That is what it is. Retail life in a market is exactly full of glory. So it's a job. Unfortunately, this is starting to feel like more like a job instead of a game. But we'll see how this goes. See if I get to that next upgrade in a reasonable amount of time. Get a little quiet from here on out, because not too much to talk about as far as the game goes. Just a lot of repetition. But again, that's our market for you. Oops. Fat fingers. Bad. Okay. Pardon me talking to my fingers. Looking, oh wow, yeah, they really, shelves really got tore up here. All right, at least the product's moving. All right. I imagine the more product you have, the quicker the income rolls, since it seems like the customer base increased as soon as I increased the products I can have. Oh wow, this guy just got all kinds of stuff. Typical of the last customer for the day. Okay. Let's see how much I'll have left once I'm done stocking everything and restocking. Boxes here, but filling up the shelf, so that's good. All right, so bread's filled, sugar is all filled up. So we would need cereal, noodles, and water. Okay, so I got $100. That's been worse. Okay. I should have gotten 2 of those cereals. Go ahead and order that. Since time still goes pretty rapid at night here. And I might just hire a clerk just for the heck of it. So we can focus on keeping the shelf full. Okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and end it for the day, and then we will... There we go. Next morning. Let's go ahead and get a... Let's see. We only get 1 cashier. Okay. All right. Which is kind of crazy with how much we're supposed to be able to expand, but maybe the expansions also come with more customer or more employee. I don't know. It's kind of weird because those already have 3 that are available, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, so yep, there's our checkers. Will be handling the checkout now, so that'll take that part away from me. Okay, let's just keep the shelf stocked then. Which is what I'm used to doing in a store. Yeah, because this song's playing again. This is, like I said, it's pretty repetitious. So it'd be nice if they had a few more songs just to keep you from hearing the same thing over and over again. Okay. Might order a few products. Let's see, what am I gonna need? Flour, Chetty Mac. Chetty, I guess it's just cheddar. Best quality cheese. Okay, yep. Okay, so flour, cheese, and a cereal. Maybe we'll get 1 more water while we're at it. All right, there we go. Okay, what we got here? Cereal. All right. So yeah, so if you like this type of game, slowly upgrading the store. too bad. You know, definitely played worse games. Okay. But yeah, a lot of repetition. But again, that's a grocery store for you. See how much further I get with all this before I can't stand it no more. Product wear down a little bit. Be a manager and sit back and oh, there we go. Got a checkout reward. Oh wow, another checkout mission. Okay, they just keep throwing those perform checkouts at you. Not enough to really upgrade very quickly. So again, yeah, I'm kind of, I think one of my biggest criticisms is the lack of being able to expand the products that we have. I mean, the fact that you need to pay to carry product is kind of weird to me, especially the amounts that they're having here. I mean, maybe if they're all like 500 or something silly like that, maybe 1,000 as you get up to the second, you know, up to the higher levels. But even then, it just doesn't really seem like this should be keep too much. It seems like it is kind of holding the game back a little bit as far as I'm concerned. So if the developers do watch this, I would recommend lowering the requirements for this part, at the very least, the licensing, or have a lot more products available, possibly. So instead of 4 per, have 8 per, and again, I mean, 12,000 for this last little bit here. I mean, that's it's kind of insane here, the prices that you have to start paying for these, because it's not like the product themselves really go up. I mean, you're going to be making a bit of profit off of the flour, which is that one, the market value. Obviously, the bigger you make, the percentage that you make from it goes up. So the second tier here, I mean, they're all like $80, $60, $60, $50, whereas the first tier has 100, 200, 100. So maybe start with, at the very least, switch that around. Start with the lower cost products being part of the lower licensing, and then the higher priced products, keep it the higher ones. But even then, I would probably lower down. I mean, the fact that I'm already level 23 and it only requires level 12 to get licensed. Oh, sorry, level 24. So I'm already double what it would take to get this license, but nowhere near the 12 grand just for that one. Not to mention the 8 grand, the 5 grand, the 2 grand I still have left to get through. That on top of expanding the store whenever you actually need to expand the store. At this point, I mean, there's plenty of room to probably get a shelf of every single product that they have available in the inventory there. I think that's what's kind of hurting my brain a little bit there. So Again, if I was developing this game myself, I would definitely be lowering the gatekeeping on that some. I mean, I guess if you want to keep a gatekeeping, have it a lot lower of a price. You know, maybe $1,000, $2,000 tops for some of those licensing. But even then, I'd probably try to limit the gatekeeping on the product. It just seems like, of all things, that's holding the main thing that's holding the game back for me is the availability of what you can stock on the shelves. Just saying to devs, if you watch this, which I would assume and hope that you do. Otherwise, why are you putting it on Keymailer for people to play other than just sharing your game and hoping people see it? Because I would imagine most streamers or people playing your game would... That'd be probably some of the main critiques. Because, I mean... Yeah. I mean, let me be able to stock the shelves. Let me be able to get product. You know, I mean, no, it takes a bit to come up with a label and stuff like that, but I mean, these are fairly generic labels overall when it comes down to it. I mean, there's not super high detail on there. I mean, a little bit of, you know, shouldn't take more than a handful of days to produce most of these boxes. I mean, just saying. So to any developers out there, helps to know what exactly I want. So I don't need the flour, cheddar, or sugar. Yeah, because with the amount of profits that we get, it's just, yeah. So I would say start with at least a little bit more money just to get the shelves stocked. And let us have more product right off the bat. Or not have as high of a gatekeeping price for those. Like I said, lower down to like $500 for the first couple levels or so. At the very least. Then maybe increase it up to $1,000 later on, depending on what type of profits are really seen once, you know, given some testing. One of the things I was going to get into, and that's why my name is actually Valencia Game Den, is because I thought I was going to be more of a game developer. So I do look at every game that I play somewhat that perspective in mind. It is hard to develop a game, so I mean, I understand some of the holdbacks, but you know, I don't even think this is early access. I don't believe. Let me double check to make sure I know what I'm talking about here. Let me just check out the store page again real quick. Yeah, this isn't even an early access thing. This is actually released April 28th. So, I mean, there are 16 positive reviews, but there's also, you know, there are some negative ones. So yeah, so just one of those things. I never like to completely diss on a game. I mean, this definitely has its qualities. Like I said, I mean, the checking out part is fairly accurate. There probably is a few things I'd probably do a little differently. Like I said, especially with as far as inventory goes, because I mean, we only got these really 3 shelves. I mean, 3 shelf systems here, and we only got a total of 8 products to fill in them. And I'm already on day 11 and somehow level 24, which should allow me to get every single product if I actually had the money in the game. So that's what's kind of, I guess, frustrating is, I mean, again, that's only 24 different products in the entire game. So, I mean, just make that a little easier to get to. That's what I would recommend, probably fixing the most. if they do plan on any more updates, I would definitely focus on that before anything else. Expansions, that as far as expansion goes, that's probably fine where things are. Because again, there's plenty of room to start off with here. I mean, I can have several shelves here, but it's kind of pointless if I don't really have product on them. Especially different product. So, and maybe expand the character models a little bit. And I'm not quite sure what the different fantasy type characters are doing in the game here. I mean, I get the. I guess this is hardcore police or something. I don't know. He's got the little vent. I mean, like he's a pilot or something. So I'm not quite sure what that guy's about. Like these models are good for the game, I think. Got kind of more of a punk guy and a business type looking guy. Even the punk looking girl. I mean, that's fine and all. I mean, not to assume their genders, but I'm assuming. But yeah, not sure how much more I really want to play the game. That's kind of the sad part. Even after a couple hours, it's just, and then, you know, the billing system, maybe have a weekly rent. Just seems like every day having another bill for rent's kind of weird. So maybe a weekly bill for rent. Just have that. Say it's going to be $140 for the week. Something to that effect. And just have it issued on, you know, day 1 to be paid on day 7, that type of thing. So people know that it's coming up. So if they want to pay it early, they can, etc. So just some notes there. I mean, I guess technically you can always get a loan, things like that, but you know, even that seems a little excessive to have to get a loan just to get a few more shelves. And it just, I mean, this is a $2,000 loan, which will only get you one more license. That's kind of silly. So I can see you getting a $2,000 loan and being able to buy 2 or 3 licenses, get that many more products in, more shelving, stuff like that. But it just seems like the game just kind of holds you back a little too much and gets a little grindy, a little too fast. Yeah, so there, level up again now. So level 25 now for whatever reason. Again, well, I mean, I can already do expansion D, but I mean, I'm nowhere near the funds to even get the product, let alone even need to expand. So again, I can imagine more customers. Yeah, you want to have more shelves, more yada yada, but let's get the product. So I would tone down the licensing again. I think I'm probably going to be ending the stream here in just a few. But I mean, otherwise, I mean, it's a good start of a game. I mean, if this was like a beta for a game, because I've done plenty of play testing for various, obviously various companies. Don't really want to violate any NDAs or anything like that, so I don't really want to mention what companies I play test for. But I would, if this was a beta that I was testing, that those are the things I would recommend to alter, to fix, to, I guess, make a little just a little easier to navigate and keep the enjoyability in the game. Because right now it just seems like it's kind of a grind fest, to put it simply. So yeah, so there's that. Again, I want to thank let's see, what's the company here that It's KOZGAMES. I'm not sure where they're based in, what their deal is there. But it looks like they only have 2 games. They only have one other game, it looks like, on Steam. Some Last Stand Zombie Horde, so who knows? Maybe if they actually added zombies to the game, it might be a little different. Maybe that's where they got some of their character models. I'm not really fully sure of that. But that also looks like a fairly basic looking game, kind of like this one here. So, but yeah, I think that's it. Let me see. So if you do like you know, like I said, it does have some qualities. The checkout procedure is pretty accurate to real life. The fact that you can hire employees is kind of cool. Like I said, don't like completely dissing on games here, but it is kind of grindy. And I'm not sure what the fantasy characters are about that pop in. So like, yeah, like this lady here, the one with the backpack or whatever is going around there. That's cool. Mr. Farmer Bob over here. Construction Sally. I think they got a copy of me in real life right here when I was younger. But yeah, see, Business Lady. So I think I'm just gonna get ran over and end everything. Oh no, that's right. I can't get ran over. But yeah, I think I'll probably wrap it up here. Let me go ahead and quit out of here. Yeah, I think 2 hours of this game is probably enough. So yeah, the fact that I'm already kind of getting, and I didn't even start right away, right off the bat. So unfortunately, the game is a little grindy. I think the gatekeeping of the products is a little bit too much. Probably should limit that. Again, so if the developers are watching this after the fact, I would mess with those. You might have less returns and increase your profits. Yada yada. Again, you know, big thank you to everyone who showed up. Any lurkers out there? I know the Lurker King popped in almost right away again. I appreciate you out there. If you're listening, thank you. Thanks to the wifey for popping in the chat for a little bit. I think there's a few other creepers that are lurking out there. Yes, I see you. What's up, Noise Ty? Rusty, what's going on? checking my community right now. So thanks everyone for watching. Love y'all. Love your faces. Here we go. See you next time.